Osric says no sound. He's on mute. Volume. I have that set. Yes, it is. Give me a second. I shall. It's coming out of there. Why is that not then? Right. So do I have to change that? Let's try that.
They can't hear.
Can you hear us yet? Can anybody out there hear
Right,
us?
hang about. They got that, but now it's going to echo because of my thing.
Right.
Although that's stopped again.
Is anybody? Can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear some of us and not other of us, or can you hear none of us at all?
We're shouting. Got to
Right.
shout louder. Is that all of us that are quiet?
You should all be coming out now, but there are going to be some dodgy audio because of
Also,
settings.
yes, Ted audio. I hear things now.
Ostrich said he can hear things now. Can you hear? Can everybody hear us? Shall we start again?
Everyone but Chris is echoing.
Yeah, everyone but Chris will be echoing because I've not got. Normally, I've got everybody coming out. Let me put it on me a minute so I can do some explaining hand gestures. Normally, I'd have them talking in my ear. They were talking in my ear. It was lovely. But for some reason, you lot couldn't hear them. So now they're talking out of my telly. So I'm talking into my microphone, but the telly's also talking into the microphone. So they may be a bit echoey. I'll have a look and see if I can figure out what went wrong, but it might mean turning them off again. So
We could just turn your telly down a bit.
we might have to live with it.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, well, try to sort out. I'll start again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to eModels live stream. eModels on a Monday night. eModels.co.uk with Ted, Foxx, Chris, Colin, and him. We're going to do things a little bit different tonight. We're not going to do the usual show. So we're going to give you an advance warning to go and get some pen and paper because we're going to have a quiz. I think everybody's doing a quiz these days, so we thought we'd join in and do one ourselves.
Pub quiz time, just without the pub.
Yeah, what possibly could go wrong with us four?
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
We did promise you last week that we might do something different within the week, but we couldn't get our sort.
Guys, apparently Ted's really quiet now. Ted's gone really quiet.
More sound for Ted.
More sound for Ted. Ted talking here.
Could all of you do some talking for me then, please?
Talking.
Full candle.
And now just Ted.
Right, and just me. Is everybody? Can you all hear me now? Has the sound gone up? Or has it gone down?
How is everybody? Everybody should be
apparently
okay.
I was quiet as well. Me, Colin, and Ted will be all the same though, Chris, because we're in the hangout.
I would have thought so, but they were only complaining about Ted.
Yeah, I had a similar issue yesterday when I did the brunch.
Yeah, Ted was the only one talking, so, so the hangout's quiet, is what we're saying.
It's better all over. Graham says still no sound, but he's the only one saying that.
Okay, is the desktop audio active on or muted?
Yeah, that's on and flickering up to where it should be. So it wasn't before, I must admit. So now it is, but yeah, we're all good.
Right, I think we'll try for that. If anybody's got a real problem, we'll have another go and try it.
Technical difficulties.
Are we all okay in the chat now, are we, folks?
Chris is fine, the rest of you very quiet.
Yeah, I've turned the rest of you up a bit and turned my volume down a bit, so hopefully you won't be echoing quite so much.
Yeah,
but if I turn it down any more, I can't hear any of you, which makes it tricky with what we're going to do today. But you know,
Dad said all's good now, so hopefully,
I shall stop fiddling.
Yeah, don't touch any buttons. That's usually my problem. Right. Shall we wind back a bit? Shall we click and drag backwards?
But you might have to start at the beginning because they didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, refresh and drag.
So third time lucky in one.
Well, that was off to a good start. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome again to the eModels live stream with Ted, Foxx, Chris, and everybody's here. Right. As I said, we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. We did promise you last week that we would try and get on and do something different within the midweek because, no, we weren't here last week. That was right. And we couldn't get our act together. None of us could be free at all the same time. So, we're terrible at organising things. So we thought, we'll change things around a little bit tonight. And tonight we'll have a quiz, just a general knowledge quiz, just for fun. All you need to do is go get a pen and paper, and then each of us has got 10 questions each. We'll read the questions out, and you mark your own score sheets, so that you don't have to swap papers or anything like that.
Yeah, you can pretend you've got like a pint and a pack of cheesy Watsits or Crinklins, cheese onion crisp while you're doing the quiz.
Yeah, and every now and again you can lean forward in your seat as you're pretending somebody's pushing past you. So we'll do that. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We won't have a what's in store because we're trying to take a little bit of pressure off the guys down at eModels store, because they know that every time we do a what's in store, they get hammered the next day by people buying lots of things. Yeah, you can still do lots of things. We just didn't want to add to it. So so that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have a little bit of watches. We're going to have a bit of a quiz just for fun and just all round, and we'll chat.
As Ted said, you're only cheating yourself if you're cheating. So I see Tim Young says I got 100% right. Oh wait, I'll post that later.
Yeah. Well done, you.
So it's just general knowledge. If you want to Google it, you can Google it, but you're just cheating yourself. There's no prizes or anything, and we just want to see your scores when you're at the end of each section. Yeah. So should we go over to Foxx and do terms and conditions?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Yes, as always, as we always say every week, this is your show. It's just four blokes talking nonsense for an hour and a half, 2 hours, while you guys hang out and chat with each other, especially right now when we're all hanging out in the chat and keeping each other company. So if you want to give us stuff to talk about, although we are doing the quiz, we'll still talk about stuff anyway. If you're watching this, have we got the chat active tonight, Chris, or not active?
No, we still haven't got the chat working. No.
Okay, if you're watching this and you can't see where this mysterious live chat is, then it's on YouTube, so you need to be on the YouTube page. If you're watching this and you can't see the chat, if you're on a tablet or a mobile phone, you might want to just scroll down because it might be underneath the video, the chat itself, if you're on the YouTube website. If you're watching this embedded in the eModels website or anywhere else, you want to come along to the YouTube page. So click the YouTube icon that's down in the bottom corner down here somewhere. At the bottom of the video player, there'll be a YouTube icon. Click on that. It'll take you to the YouTube page where you can join in the typey chat. And you want to join in because it's good, silly fun. And if you want to ask us questions and you are in the chat, then put them in big, fat capital letters, or as Ted would call them,
bold,
yeah. If you want to, of course, you can use the super chat, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That puts your comment in a coloured box and we can't possibly miss it. But do feel free to ask us questions. We'll do our best to keep an eye on the chat as we can. As you can see, though, I mean, people complain when I do the stream and everything goes wrong, but as you can see, we're just inept all round. All of us have the same problems.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're professionals, what we is.
Yeah. Now, before we get going, we are well-art profesh we are. Before we get going, a very quick update on the store for you, as we've been doing for the last few weeks. As you know, with the current chocolate velociraptor pandemonium going on, being careful to keep YouTube happy, lots of places have closed. eModels is still open for business. Not the shop itself. You can't walk in and pick stuff up because the premises are closed and the phone might be turned off. But they are still open for business. So if you need stuff, if you need your paints, your supplies or kits or anything you need, you can still put orders through. And they are still picking, packing, and shipping out. However, some things to keep in mind. A week ago, they had 5,000 orders in the queue because everybody's picking stuff up, and they're one of the few places that's still remaining open because they're able to operate with the social distancing in place. So they're all being really careful, but they are still going. So if you do place any orders, and we do suggest you do, please be patient. You're not going to get next day delivery like you normally would. It's not, even if there's an option on there, you're not going to get it. It's highly unlikely, either because they've got a big backlog of orders that they're working through as fast as they can, or don't forget, of course, some of the couriers like DPD they use are also running at lower numbers, so they're also running with delays as well. So don't expect a next day delivery like you'd normally get. They are getting to all your orders as quick as possible, but if you have placed an order, or if you do place an order, please don't mail them asking where it is 3 days later. They're also getting overwhelmed by emails to the point now where they're not actually responding to emails in most cases because the guys are either picking and packing orders or they're answering emails. Yeah. So if you do place an order, and please do, we love the guys at eModels and you're helping keeping them going. They're doing this for you guys. If you do place an order, please expect it to be delayed, but they will get it to you as quickly as possible. But please don't mail them unnecessarily. Because A, they're not going to see your email, and B, you'll get a reply just saying, thanks, we can't reply to you because we're just exploding at the moment. So do keep placing orders. They're still placing the orders for you. Keep going ahead, getting all your good deals and savings, but do be patient and expect it to take a little bit longer to get to you. They're doing the best for you.
Right. Without further ado, then I think what we'll do, we'll just have a quick. We'll get everything ready for the quiz and give you guys chance to go and get your pen and paper and your beer, because remember it's a pub quiz. So
Pen and paper.
Pen and paper, or back of a fag packet.
Yeah, pack of crisps. Get some crisps.
And your beers, because it's a pub quiz. And Chris can have a quick run through of who's in the chat, and then we'll get on with it, shall we?
I will. I'll have a look. Let me move the chat over to a better position for me to read it from. The chat I have in there, we have, scrolling up to the top, Lee Eagles, waving at everybody, saying hi, guys. Then Eric Graham, Raging Bases, Lynn Dipple, Osric 9000. Lewis is here, but apparently he shouldn't be here, so he might not be here for very long. He'll probably get told off. So.
Oh, Lewis isn't here then.
No.
Lynn,
Dave Cardboard, Eric, Liquid Len. I don't know if that's a new person or someone's changed their name, but welcome anyway. Andy McLeish, Zadstar, Skullfish. Oh, hang about, I've got a button for Skullfish again, because I'm doing the buttons tonight.
The long one then.
Yeah, that was a long one. I haven't got any control. It's randomly set up to do one, so
We know you have
which
no
one it's going to do. Timber is here. Paul DeSmasso, Zadstar, Candygram from Mongo. Lewis is still here, but yeah, we'll find out soon if he's gone. Xander, Andy, Model Making Guru. I don't know who that was.
No, I don't know.
Gross Model, no. Eagle, Skullfish, Andy. Quano Man is here. Andy, Lynn. Nat Williamson is here. Probably going to tell where. Yeah. Philip Prime.
Yeah, we haven't seen Lewis.
Anders Eriksson. Cynical Steve. Andrew Preston. Graham McRobert.
Colin's been in the chat. I've spotted this.
Paul is in as Team Inept. If you do notice, the names in blue are your moderators for this evening. Be nice to them, because they're lovely people and they'll treat you just as nicely.
Yeah.
If you're nasty to them, then you're nasty to us, and they'll take care of it for you.
Some of them are actually us.
Mark
Not
says
guilty.
they're late. I might have been a minute late with the buttons. It's Fox's fault. Jamie is here. Daddy's here as another mod. Swigging Pig. Michael Brown, Michael Jackman, Donald McKenzie, Wendy H. It says so. Hi everyone. Hi Wendy. Wayne Hayward. Names I've already said. Other people that are still here. Lewis is still there, but he's not really. But yeah.
I don't know where Lewis is.
Redlen 8. Ickle Pete. A Man. Tim Young. Model Making Haggis. Emma Jane Young. Colin's there at Festa 67's workshop. He's asking if all of us are quiet. I think he was doing that because he's allowed to do that because we couldn't hear him, or you couldn't.
Yeah,
they couldn't hear him. But
we'll let you off for that one.
that one you're allowed.
That was a non-mouth word scenario. So
I hear things now, says Osric. So that's all okay then. Carry around Tim's BQ8 is here. Killing Time. I wonder what they're doing. Kitchen Table Modeler.
We don't know where he does his work.
Names that I've already read. It's all better now. The sound's all better now. Can we make Fox muted, please? Says Team Inept. Eric Flick Prime, Tim Young. Luke is here. Lynn's still here. Lynn passed her certification test, so no more quizzes for me, she says. Congratulations.
It's actually nice to see Lynn in chat, because Lynn's stateside. She doesn't often get to join us because it's a weird time and she's normally working. So hello, Lynn.
Yeah, as Lynn's in for the quiz as well, we haven't made them all UK centred, so they're worldwide. So
yeah.
Absolutely, deliberately.
We were going to have 40 questions on British snacks in the 1980s, but we realised that might be a bit.
Yeah, 40 questions on Coronation Street.
Right, on the last page of people in the chat, we have Jamie Shiner, Trek Model Maker. And that might be the last person in.
Yeah.
That's Beyond Hope. I think I might have already mentioned. I can't remember.
We do have a new name that I've just spotted, and I'm going to see if I can pronounce it right. And if I pronounce it wrongly, I'll just shut up. I think it's Patrick Strachewski.
Yeah,
I did see that come in, but I didn't see it when I was just going through them. But yes,
Patrick Strachewski. Tell me if I've got that right or wrong. Strachewski. Welcome, Patrick. Not seen you in the chat before. Welcome.
Welcome.
Someone may have said hello, not using mouth words.
Ah,
Use your mouth words.
right.
Stuart Hudson says no, it's not, but I don't know. Is that because I missed you, or I don't know?
Just randomly. No, I refute that theory. Yes. How are you this week, Foxx? Yes.
Right. Right. Well, I think it's given everybody a chance to get in now, hasn't it? And they should have all come back with bottles of beer and nicely poured.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ted. Just very, very quickly, because somebody mentioned it in the chat, and it's something I wanted to say very quickly before we get going. There is a potential rumor going that Wingnut Wings has stopped existing. So I don't know if eModels have any in stock still, but if you've been looking at picking up a Wingnut Wings kit, now might be a really good time to do it because they might have actually gone out of business, possibly. There are rumors floating around. The website says they've just stopped taking orders because of obviously everything that's going on, but there are rumors saying they may have actually shut down completely permanently. So if you're looking at getting a Wingnut Wings kit, and they are excellent, you might want to get one now.
Yeah, I think they've just gone down the road of furloughing staff and things like that, haven't they? And suspended at the moment. But
there's been a few
I don't know.
serious than that, but if
Yeah.
you're looking at getting one, I wouldn't wait till everything finishes because they may have, obviously. So I would say if you've been looking at getting one, and if eModels have got it in stock, go and pick up one now because they are awesome kits. Anyway, carry on. Sorry, Ted, carry on.
No, it's all right. Oh, before we move on to the quizzes, before one or two comments about something different about me this evening.
I was just about to mention those. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but yeah, over between last week, the last eModels video and this one, there was been a bit of banter going around within the family about my fundraising challenge. I don't know if those of you who know, I'm raising money for the stroke unit at my local hospital because they were so good to me when I had my stroke a little while back. So what I began at the 1st of January, I began an Everest challenge where I would walk all the fells in the Lake District until I reached the equivalent height of Mount Everest. However, because we're now told that we can't go out anymore, I wondered what I could do to raise some money to keep the funds going. And somebody came up with the idea of dyeing my hair blue. So here it is. Yes.
See, the one overriding question I have is, why did you already have blue hair dye in the house?
Yeah.
How is that a situation where you, or like,
well,
maybe some clarification.
Yeah, the blue hair dye was actually brought to me. I went through a number of colours from red, pink, green, and I eventually thought National Health Service, blue light workers, Ted blue light himself. So we went for blue. So it looks
See, if I was drawing a cartoon of you, like a comic book style cartoon, I'd do the blue before I did the black to get black hair with blue shines. You see,
yeah,
so you're just a half drawn cartoon.
Yeah. So this is it. Mrs. Ted did the hair last night, and it's not a washout one; it's permanent.
No.
Because apparently, well, my hair was silver grey, the silver fox. So
Ted, we need you to give the update from number 10. Oh, perfect timing. No.
So that was it. So I'm raising money for the local stroke unit at my local hospital.
People are saying I should dye my beard in similar colours, but the one thing that you don't realise is that when you've got silver or grey hair, it takes dye really well. I tried dyeing my hair black once. It came out just darker. It didn't work because my hair's not my hair's brown, ready brown. So dyes don't work on my hair.
Mine just died.
And if you didn't notice, I've done the tash as well.
I know. Any resemblance to the Chuckle Brothers is purely coincidental.
So the theme for the next few weeks is a little bit blue for the dads.
Yeah, I must admit, Dad in the chat is quite upset and disappointed that it's blue. It should be red, he said.
No.
Is that Mike Mountain volunteering to dye his red then?
Yeah, so now next week we'll come back and each of us will have a different hair colour.
Right, don't you stop.
Anyway, should we get on with the quiz?
Yes.
Yeah. Shall we, who's going to go first?
I don't know. But everybody, don't forget, right? If you're watching this, if you haven't got already, we'll give you a couple of minutes just to go and get a pen and paper, or just open up a little notepad or something so you can write the answers down.
Yeah.
We'll give you a point for every question. I've got one where it's two points. So I'll have a bonus point.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, we'll just ask you how many you got right, and we'll take. It's just for fun. It's we're not even giving away nothing this time.
Yeah.
It's less than nothing. It's absolutely nothing.
Yeah. All we ask is that you keep your answers to yourself. You don't put the answers in chat. You just keep the answers to yourself. Mark your own paper at the end, and then you can tell us how many you've got. So we've got 10 questions each. So that's 10, 40 points, and a couple of extra bonus points thrown in every now and again.
And given the current situation, you'll all get A levels at the end of it.
Yeah. And we'll send you virtual diplomas out.
So we're doing. Someone's gonna one of the four of us will go first and do the 10 questions, and then we'll give you a couple of minutes, and then we'll answer the 10 questions and see how many of them you got right, and then we'll do the next person. We'll go on like that.
Yeah. So
Then at the end we'll just say, right, give us how many points you got. Just adjusting my thing. Hang on. Excuse me.
So that's it. Yeah, that's as easy as it is. It's the fairly easy questions, I think.
Well, the good thing is we're actually all taking part because we don't know each other's questions, so I'm going to be answering them as well as everybody else's. So,
right,
go first.
Right, who would the chat like to see first? Go first.
Who does chat?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, pass all the responsibility to them. That's always the best.
Let somebody else make a decision.
Osric says Dunkelgelb and bears, and I really wish one of my questions now had the bears. Damn it.
The first answer we have is Colin, and everyone's saying Colin first, actually. So
actually, yeah.
Is this a conspiracy?
it looks like it might be. Right, hang about. Let me get my Colin page ready for the answers, and you're locked on, Colin. Off you go. When you finish your question, I've got a minute countdown timer for everybody to get their answers written down properly.
Right. I'll do TV then for now.
Okay.
TV.
This is where we said at the start, it's not British focused.
So,
Are you ready then, folks?
Right, here we go.
Number one. In Thunderbirds, what was Lady Penelope's chauffeur called? I don't know why I'm writing this down. I've got.
I don't know. You're probably not going to need a minute for things like that.
Write it down your spoon.
I'm trying to remember the name now. I've got 2 or 3 main names running around in my head, but
Bobby Long.
Question 2.
Hang about. We're giving people time.
Yeah. Just remember, people, don't put the answers in chat. Keep the answers to yourself.
Not in chat. Yeah.
Put the answers in chat.
Andrew Preston.
Unless you want to put them in chat, and then we can
have a death of the week lined up for you as well.
We can all choose. We've still got 25 seconds on the clock for them to answer that first question.
Yes, we've got a time.
So don't rush into the second one. I'll tell you when the time's up. We can just keep
mate,
shouting at people in the chat until then. So
Beck Storm apologises because he didn't know.
I've been practicing reading the questions today without reading the answers.
What is the largest state in America, Texas?
3, 2, 1. Right, pencils down. That's it. Ready for the next question, Colin.
Right, on Blue Peter, what was John Noakes' dog called?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Well, that's difficult because there's more than one. But we'll take the most obvious.
No, we'll I don't know. Colin can decide what's the correct answer, can't he? By the time we get to the end of it.
No, I think John Knox did only have one.
Oh no, actually, he did say
there were plenty of Blue Peter dogs.
Valerie Singleton's, wasn't it?
I take it back. No, Valerie Singleton wasn't John Noakes. Never mind.
There are people putting answers in the chat, but I think they're putting deliberately wrong answers in the chat.
Yes, you can put silly incorrect answers in the chat. And a few clues as well have gone in there.
Yeah, I think but you know.
I think your curtain's alive, Chris, because they keep fidgeting and moving.
Yeah, it's the neighbours twitching and looking in.
Answers.
14 seconds. Hurry up and put your answers down. You've only got 10 seconds left.
Boom. Boom.
I can't believe
you have to do that for longer.
Do that noise.
Or can I phone a friend? Says Beyond Hope. No. 1, and that's time up. Right.
Number 3, name the BBC series about a shipping line set in Liverpool during the late 1800s.
I know that one.
Oh, I think I know that one, but I can't think of the name.
I've got the themes in my head.
It's thingy, but yeah, I can't. Oh.
All I'll say to that, Fox, is University Challenge, mate.
No, I've now got. I nearly just said the name. Of I've now got the music relating to the program you just mentioned.
Colin, can you repeat the question because my computer froze?
Oh, sorry. In the BBC, name the BBC series about a shipping line set in Liverpool during the late 1800s.
I know that one as well.
Oh,
I know that one, but I can't think of the answer, so I've got a different answer down that's not right. But I'm hoping it might be right. Yeah, okay. Into
Not
the
not
last
the one set on a shipping line in the 1980s, which was
10 seconds.
different completely.
Ted's Titanic, says Pete Rogers. No, it's not.
I've still got the theme tune in my head. Oh.
Stop singing it. All right, that's it. Time up.
Number 4, in the TV series Dad's Army, what was Captain Mainwaring's first name?
Oh,
Captain.
Oh, I've just watched it. I just watched it before I came upstairs.
Oh no, because I'm getting confused. Oh,
I'll just have to guess this one.
oh,
I.
it can't. No, it can't be that because that. No.
It's not.
Oh,
I've watched a few, but I never really got into it. But I
don't
don't
give
know.
me a name, Pike.
That's the only one I've ever seen.
I've got the set. I'll mail you the set down.
I'm going to guess these might be a bit British focused.
Dave Cardboard says, "I know it. I know it. I know." No, it's gone.
I think I'm getting a different name.
Beyond Hope says it's pronounced Mannering, not Mainwaring.
Yeah, but the captain. The captain.
10 seconds.
Did I just get rivet counted?
You've got
on
rivet counted on your reading over the words.
Yeah, but the captain from the Eastgate platoon calls in Mainwaring.
No,
2, 1, 0. That's it. Time up. Next question, please.
Number 5, who invented TV?
Now you see. There's a
That was Eric Vision, wasn't it?
there's a contention there. Our American viewers may put a different name. They'll be wrong, but you know. I can't believe I'm correcting my handwriting so it's readable when nobody's going to. I can't read that.
Well, you need to be able to read it. That's why I'm not writing. I'm
If
typing
you get the question wrong, can you just put a line through it so we can see?
So we can check it later.
Only if you've got red pen.
Because next time we go to eModels, you can all come with us and meet up, and we'll all check your answers there in a year's time. I like the fact the chat is just a random selection of strange names like Terry Venables, Danny LaRue.
Yeah.
Lynn Dipple's never heard of Dad's Army. Lynn, you have to go and find out about Dad's Army.
Yeah, you're talking to a bloke who's only watched that little bit with the pike on it in a
3,
bloopers thing.
2, 1, and that's time for that one.
Yep.
Number 6, what was the most watched UK TV programme of all time?
Oh,
I'm assuming the news doesn't count.
No.
I was going to say the news.
I'm going to put an answer down and be angry because I just hated the program. But I don't know. I know it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. It's going to be.
I don't know what it's going to be, so I'm going to put down the same answer as I've got for number 3, which is wrong as well.
Can we ask for clarification? Is it a specific single program or is it the name of a series?
Team and Ep says it's.
Are we allowed to ask?
It's.
Are we not allowed to ask that? Don't answer that if you don't want to.
I would imagine if it's a series.
Category it's in, it'll give it away. But yeah, it's a regular series.
If it was a series, they're not going to say it was episode 36 of this series or anything like that.
The answer would be the name of the series. Yes. Okay.
No, it's an ongoing saga.
It wasn't like a one-off thing, like
Anyway, that's time up anyway. So if you didn't answer it by now, it's too late.
Okay.
Number 7, Phyllis Nan Sortain Petchy was famous for a flamboyant character as for her cookery books and TV shows throughout the late 60s and 70s, but by what name was she more usually known?
I think you have to read the name again.
For some reason, the name Mavis Beacon.
Just because it's fun.
Yeah, Phyllis Nan Sortain Petchy was as famous for a flamboyant character as for her cookery books and TV shows for the late 60s to the mid 70s, but by what name was she more usually known?
I think I know it, but I don't know it. If you know, what
I
mean.
don't know it, but I've got...
I think I know it.
Eric is apparently very confused. I don't know why.
Because
I'm confused. I'm only reading out loud. I'm doing that wrong.
A lot of people are saying Mama Fox.
Mama Fox was always good at cooking. I have to say that.
13, 12, 11, 10 seconds. Quick, write your answers down.
7, 6, 5,
No.
4,
3, 5, 4.
3, 2, 1. Halt!
No, that's time up. Too late. You missed it.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Number 8. Which popular BBC series about old collectibles that began in 1979 and was presented by Bruce Parker and Arthur Negus and is still running to these days?
And to help for our colonial cousins in the US, you have the same program with the same name. It's your own version of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep, there is an American version of it. Ours is better, obviously, because it's British, but
Yeah.
you do have your own version of it.
UK TV, innit? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want that again?
Might as well.
Which popular BBC series about old collectibles began in 1979, presented by Bruce Parker and Arthur Negus, and is still running to this day? What's the name of it?
A-Man is looking at my answers, I think.
Cynical Steve says, "Is there any modern TV in this round?" No, we're all old.
No, there ain't, mate.
We're all old.
Well, there is a couple of recent-y ones, I suppose, but
10 seconds.
10 second.
5,
Four,
4, 3,
Right.
2, 1, and pencils down. Ninth question, please.
which BBC music program was broadcast weekly between 1964 and 2006?
That's an easy one.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy one if you're English or British.
Oh yeah, these are UK TV questions. You
Yeah,
probably know.
we're not really very global on these, I must admit. Apologies to the foreign viewers.
Hey mate, you know, I'm just like, yeah.
Michael Jackman says, "This is the right era." Yes.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I hated the 70s. Now I'm an adult. The 70s were brilliant. Every other era has been rubbish.
Oh, absolutely. It's all a bit ropey then, isn't
Now,
it?
the 80s music was better.
80s were dire. 90s was bland. 70s was brilliant. It was always an Indian summer in the 70s, as far as I'm concerned.
16, 15 seconds. Make sure you're spelling things correctly. You get points for penmanship.
Team Inept has written Euro trash in there, and all I can see now is I can just hear Antoine de Caunes in my head.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, you start talking like him shortly.
And that's time. Time up.
Question 10. Alistair Burnett, Sandy Gall, Reginald Bosanquet, Alistair Stewart, Carol Barnes, and Trevor McDonald were all regular presenters of which TV program?
Yeah, that's in my head now as well. Thank you. I just this like a massive library of TV theme tunes.
You're not going to sleep tonight, mate, are you? Not with all these theme tunes going on in your canister, mate.
I
don't think he's got all of them.
A collection of TV theme tunes. Right, I think I'm going to
Eric Graham's asking me what was the third question. The third question was, can you name the BBC series about a shipping line set in Liverpool during the late 1800s?
Yep, that theme tune's just come back in. Thank you.
I can say you only get one theme tune at a time, don't you? You don't have all of them running through.
I can mix and match if you want.
It's a pity we can't play copyrighted music, otherwise we could.
Yeah, you've got to do them all in the medium of dance, Fox. That's the thing.
Oh, no, because the one with the shipping line is public domain. So
Yeah.
3,
I may have been
2,
whistling.
1. That's the end of the Colin's section of the quiz.
Number 4, please.
Well done, Colin.
I think I've got 9 of those.
Cheers, mate.
Right,
Thanks for
well,
volunteering me, everyone. It's like, yeah, let's gang up on Fester. He's all be the easiest.
Well, you've done it now. You can sit back and laugh at the rest of us.
I started writing them down, though, and I've got the answers in front of me.
Did you get them all right, though?
yeah,
That's
it's
the real question.
still got them wrong.
Yeah, I did.
So how do you look over your own shoulder to get your own answers?
All right. So how do we work this then?
Give everybody a
No
minute or
idea.
two just to finalise their answers. Does anybody want any questions when we finish them? Does anybody want any of the questions repeated if you've got any missing?
Not
Yeah,
all of them.
A-Man is saying 10 out of 10 honest. I believe you, mate.
Our American viewers are saying, can you repeat the questions?
Yeah. So what'll happen now is the person that asks the questions will ask them again, and then us three will have a go at answering them. And it gives you time as well to either change your own answer or sort of pick up on the question that you missed.
Trying to make a prediction that everybody's going to get like 40 out of 40. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible.
I think I'd already decided that when I was downloading the questions. It's like,
We're going to break some statistical
we're not going
models.
to be able to police this, are we?
Yeah.
You want them read out again, do you?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, ask us the first one.
All you need to do is just read your question. Us three will give you what our answers were, and then you give us the right answer.
Oh, right. Okay, geez. No worries. Rightio. Question number 1. In Thunderbirds, what was Lady Penelope's chauffeur called?
Well, I got it down as Parker. I did think
Parker.
James. Yeah,
Parker is what I've got as well. Yes.
Correct.
Oh, yes. 1 out of 1.
One out of all the ones.
Oh, we're all doing well here, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Question number 2. On Blue Peter, what was John Noakes's dog called?
I got that as Shep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Correct.
I got Shepherd as well.
Yep. Get down, Shep.
Get down.
Number 3. Name the BB series about a shipping line set in Liverpool during the late 1800s.
This was the Oneidin line.
Yeah, I got
Correct.
I've got Crossroads.
that. I got need a line. I don't know if I spelled it right.
People may have noticed me. People may have noticed me whistling the music from it a little bit. Da, 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 da.
Question number 4. In the TV series Dad's Army, what was Captain Mandarin's got it right that time, first name?
I thought I don't know. For some reason, I thought Arthur, but that was Arthur Lowe, the actor. So
It was
I
Arthur
think-
Lowe, wasn't it? Yeah.
I got it down as George, but I
I got
think
Brian.
George.
Ted got the right answer.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Oh.
Did you know? In the there was an episode where his brother turned up, and his brother was proper Northern, and it was brilliant acting by Arthur Lowe. If you ever find it, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm ashamed to admit I've only ever seen clips of Dad's Army featured on comedy sort of.
Right, so Colin is basically banned from appearing on this show till he's watched all of Dad's Army now.
Yeah, we'll be asking questions on Dan's Army next
So
week.
goodbye to
Oh,
Colin
right.
every week. That's it.
Number 5. Who invented TV?
I put down John Logie Baird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I got. Yogi Bear.
Well, according to this, it was George Carey, a Boston civil servant, first thought up television in 1876. John Logie Baird is often quoted as its inventor, but his ideas didn't come along until the 1920s.
So we got it wrong then.
We got that wrong.
I mean, that's one of them, innit? We're going to dispute
Yeah,
it.
everyone's going to dispute that. But
It's British,
now you've got
isn't
the answers. You set the quiz. It's your fault.
I'm going to break from the herd here, and I'm going to give right at the start. I'm going to give Paul Lines an extra point because he said, and he was drunk as a skunk, which means he's watched the episode where Captain Mannering's brother turns up, so he gets an extra 3 point just for saying that. Whatever the point score is for this quiz,
Hang about. Are we sure he was talking about that? He's not talking about the guy that invented the telly.
Yeah, I'm just going to nod approvingly because I'm already banned anyway.
You're
Right, so half a point then if you got Logie Baird.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
we can go with that. You can go for a 0.5 because it's part of the same thing, isn't it?
I'm sure the original inventor wouldn't agree with that. Yes, wasn't it some young guy in America in like a farm in Iowa somewhere that kind of like a 12-year-old came up with it?
Yeah, come up with the original concept and then it was
13 or something.
moved on, wasn't it? Yeah. Number 6, what was the most watched UK TV programme of all time?
I
went with Crossroads on that one as well.
I put Only Fools and Horses.
No,
Coronation
it
Street.
was EastEnders when Den divorced Angie on Christmas Day 1986, which drew 30.10 million viewers.
You know
That's a lot
why?
of people.
Because the 80s was so damn depressing that was
How
about...
did they know?
That's almost as many people as watch this show.
It nearly, Chris, isn't it?
Only a couple of numbers out.
Yeah.
Oh well, got that one wrong.
Oh, mate, don't worry, mate.
Uh,
We still love you, Ted. You got blue hair, mate. You can't do nothing wrong.
yeah.
Blue hair. What's that secret you're keeping? Did I
Oh,
just do a
now that's in my head now. Cheers, geez.
That might be the first time anybody's been Shaking Stevens reference on a podcast on a live stream ever.
Yeah. Yeah, karaoke, bit shaky. Question number 7. Phyllis Nan Sortain Petchy was as famous for her flamboyant character as for her cookery books and TV shows throughout the 60s and 70s. But by what name was she more usually
No, I
known?
can't remember it if that makes sense.
Fanny
I've
Crack.
got an idea,
Right,
but I'll
mate.
put down Granny Smith because I've got no clue.
Funny credit.
Granny Smith, that's an apple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was Fanny Craddock.
And it was like one of those things, where you know something, but you can't formulate it into a.
Yeah.
You don't get points for that, though. If you didn't put it down, you don't get it.
Question mark because I didn't know it.
Oh, I don't know. Can we give him half a point for mulling?
No, I didn't stroke my beard in a mulling manner.
There you go.
Jamie Shiner, Trek Model Maker, says, you said program, not episode. Well, if you put down EastEnders, then that's good enough.
I did actually ask when we did it. I did say, is it the name
Yeah.
of the series or is it the name of an episode?
Oh, yeah, it's an ongoing
I did say
show, basically.
because I had to say, wait, is it, like if it was like I don't know.
Yeah. Are we all arguing about winning nothing again? Really? Number 8, which popular PVC? BBC?
You do on the weekend, Colin. Nothing to do
I
with
know, I don't know where that came from.
No, we do, but we can't talk about it.
Have you got your browsers mixed up?
That's my
no
Friday night entertainment again, eh? Which popular BBC series about old collectibles began in 1979 and was presented by Bruce Parker and Arthur Negus and is still running to this day?
Antique Roadshow.
Roadshow.
Antiques Roadshow, yeah.
Doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo.
Number 9, which BBC music program was broadcast weekly between 1964 and 2006?
Top of the Pops.
Top of the Pops.
Not the old grey whistle test. I spoke to Whispering Bob.
Oh,
Harris.
Whispering Bob, indeedy.
I got his phone fixed for him. He used to work for telecoms.
Oh,
He's a lovely,
nice.
he's a lovely fella. Lovely. He's not actually Irish. But
I used to like the character on the Far Show, wasn't it? The jazz guy was a good thing on Whispering Bob, wasn't it? Number 10, Alistair Burnett, Sandy Gall, Reginald Bosingham, Alistair Stewart, Carol Bunce, Trevor McDonald, presented which TV programme?
News at 10.
News at 10.
I put news at 10, but I was torn between news at 10 and the 9 o'clock news. I couldn't remember which one was which, but I did put down news at 10.
That was the Biabiazia.
Yeah.
4 or 5. So I got 6 out of 10 there.
I got 5.5.
I got 8.5.
Sorry.
What did everybody else get in the chat? What did you all get out there?
I would have thought they would have all got at least 10 out of 10.
Yeah, A-Man got 10 out of 10. And also in the chat, who's for the next section? Which of the 3 of remaining of us would you like to do the next section?
What question do you want next? God help us.
Paul Lyons got 10.5.
Paul Lance got 10.5 with the extra point from Fox.
6.5. Osric got 11. Philip Prime got 7.5.
Lynn got
about
1. Raging Bases got -3.
Yeah, Andy M's saying about the 1.5 billion who watch Live Aid. Yeah, this was a UK TV programme of all time.
Of the votes to who's to go next, we've got Anders says Chris, Paul says Fox, and Osric says Ted. So that doesn't help at all.
That's brilliant. You guys are so helpful. Thank you.
We've got another vote for Fox. Hang about, and then another one for Fox. So it's Fox next.
That'll be me then. Okay, right. I won't write down my own answers. So I'll just put 10 for mine. Hang on.
Osric got 11. There might be a bit of a discrepancy there, mate.
In full transparency, I've given myself 10 out of 10 for my section. Just so
Keep note of your own sections as well.
Yes,
people that are watching, because otherwise we won't remember what you put in the chat there. So
at this point, so I'm depending on my colleagues to tell me what's happening in chat.
Right, I shall lock it on Fox for the next section of questions. Are you prepared for your pencil? You got space in your pad?
If I turn the iPad around, then that would have been a bad idea.
Have you got room to write things down?
Yes, I have room to write things down. I don't need to write anything down.
Not you, the others.
Nothing is me. Are we ready?
Jamie's got to go. Volunteering to deliver food parcels tomorrow, so an early night for me. You get bonus points for doing that then, so that's okay.
In that case, he gets 20 points.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you can always come back tomorrow and finish off the quiz. You can watch it on catch up.
Add 20 points to your total.
Oh yeah, I could watch this back later, couldn't I? I could watch this back tomorrow and answer the questions.
Yeah.
Fox has got a theme to his questions. What's your theme, Fox?
The theme today, children, I'm doing questions on science. Science!
Science is awesome.
Science and technology, well, mostly science. Science and stuff. Let me know anyone. Hang on, Gin.
Yep. Beyond Hope says, are these questions suitable for overseas viewers?
Yes, everything now should hopefully be non-specific.
Yeah, science is universal.
Unless you're rubbish at science, in which case you won't get any of these. Let me know when I can go.
You can go.
Right. First question. Everybody ready? Then I'll start. The modern branch of mathematics. Yeah, it's already gone downhill straight away. The modern branch of mathematics called algebra came to the West from what part of the world? And for a bonus point, what was it called? So the modern branch of mathematics called algebra came to the West from what part of the world? And for a bonus point, what was it called? There should be 11 points in my...
No idea, but you know.
In fact, no, there'll be 15 points in my section.
You're just being greedy.
Yes, there'll be 15 points in total, I think.
Dave Cardboard said he's got a TARDIS. He's already watched the show and got the questions.
Yeah, and he's still got them wrong.
No, not math, says Lynn.
Yeah, so the modern branch of mathematics called algebra came to the West from what part of the world, and what was it known as then in that part of the world?
You've still got 20 seconds to answer your questions. Paul is requesting you read them all in Khajiit voice, but I don't think we'll worry about that.
The modern branch of mathematics called algebra came to the West from what part of the world? And for a bonus point, what was it known as?
3, 2, 1, time up.
Tonight, Matthew. Right, next question. You ready? What, after oxygen, is the second most common component of the Earth's crust? What is the second most common component after oxygen of the Earth's crust? So oxygen is the most common component of the Earth's crust. What's next? If you want to include parts per million in that, you can, but I won't give a bonus point for that.
Ooh,
That just tells you Googled it, so.
yeah,
Eric says null oil.
Yeah, we can hear it. Google seems to have slowed down as everybody's on it.
Yeah, Teaminet says mud.
Mad. Stones, in it.
Eric Graves says Newlyn oil.
Somebody's going to put Earth.
Yeah,
Fluff, says Red Lynn.
What after oxygen is the second most common I think it said competent then. Second most competent of the Earth's crust.
Yeah.
It's not
5, 4,
it's not
3,
gin tech.
2, 1, time.
Right, next question. Which scientific theory postulates, I like that word, postulates, that subatomic particles are tiny one-dimensional loops? Which scientific theory postulates that subatomic particles are tiny one-dimensional loops? Not tubes.
Oh, I know that one. That's easy.
Not membranes, but loops. That one's easy. That is an easy one.
Yeah, I think I've got an answer.
Yeah.
Can you make them harder
It's
now?
1975. It's Wednesday, and I'm having loops.
Cheese.
A swig of me gin. In case Pete Mate's watching, it's not really gin.
In case Pete's watching, it is.
Yeah, it's laboratory alcohol. It's just neat. Aviation fuel.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up.
Right, next question. Rayleigh scattering accounts for which everyday phenomenon? A Rayleigh scattering accounts for which everyday phenomenon?
Phenomenon.
So what is called what is caused by Rayleigh scattering? Everyday phenomenon.
Might know that one. I might not, but
It's a question that children always ask.
Anders Ericsson says my brain is used to relax at this time of the week. Now you've got it burning.
Yes. Going to make you use your brain muscles. Activate thinking pants.
Emma Jane Young says I'm going to drink every time I don't know an answer. I'm wasted.
Bye. See you next week.
It won't help with the later rounds.
Yeah. Ted's questions and numbers. What number comes after 1? What's question 2? What's the next number?
Time up.
What's the next?
Be looking.
Yes.
Ready
Next
for your
question.
next question.
Are we done? Is that a minute?
Yep.
Next question. Everybody ready? You get 4 points for this one if you get all 4. So there's a
Oh,
possibility of up to 4 points. Which 4 planets of the solar system have rings? Which 4 planets have rings? I haven't actually checked any of these answers, by the way. So I'm just assuming they're correct. Some of them I know, and some of them I'm just assuming because I'm lazy. Which 4 planets of the solar system have rings?
I've got an answer.
Kajitas coin if you have rings. I don't know what to talk about when I'm waiting for the minute. A minute's a long time when you're sitting there.
I'm trying to think of the 4th one.
Eduard, you've got your question, put it in chat.
What was that?
It says, I have a question for Ted, Foxx, Chris and Colin. Yeah,
Yes. If you want to ask us a question, please do. But make sure you put your question or comments in big fat capital letters so we have a chance to see it, so it stands out in the chat. Otherwise, we'll miss it because the chat goes like this, like that. Doesn't make that noise or do that with its arms, but you know what I mean.
2, 1, and that's time.
Time. Next question. In underwater navigation, which we all know, obviously, in underwater navigation, what does the acronym SONAR stand for?
Oh, this came up the other day in a
Oh,
question.
yeah.
And
Don't say it in words.
I didn't get it right then.
I like acronyms. I'm good at them.
So
Can
in
you get-
underwater navigation,
Can you just put the noise?
that wasn't sonar. That was a laser gun. Pew. Yeah, so in underwater navigation, obviously on the submarines that Ted built, sonar didn't work. It was pew, not. In underwater navigation, what does the acronym SONAR stand for?
Edward says, which sports event was the first retransmitted on TV?
Retransmitted.
Wait, what? Hang on, we're being asked questions now.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, but
Yeah, it must be football.
I don't do sport.
cricket.
Could it be the 1939 Olympics?
Yeah, I thought it was Olympics.
The 1939 Olympics with Jesse Owens and Hitler.
Oh, yeah.
Ickle Pete says, can we go back to Colin? Fox's questions are too hard.
That's time is up.
I'm going to force you into thinking.
Question 7, please, Fox.
Next question, and I'll take a rounded down number for this. Halley's Comet is visible from Earth every how many years? I don't need the decimal place here, so let's just make it a number. Halley's Comet is visible from Earth every how many years?
Is this question 6 or question 7?
Yes.
Olympics is right, says Edward.
This is question 7. Cashier number 7, please. Yes, I guessed it might be the 1939 Olympics.
Oh, the Olympics is right, but not the year.
Oh, because that was one of the first television broadcasts, wasn't it? It was the 39 Olympics, I think. Because they often say the first thing aliens will see when they see our TV broadcast is basically the Third Reich doing the Olympics, which is not great. If you watch the film Contact, which is actually pretty good.
Was it
Apart from
36? Was it
well,
Lynn
36?
says I should know this one.
The Jodie Foster bit's good. The Matthew McConaughey bit, not so good.
10 seconds. The Olympics wasn't in 1939, says Paul.
Yeah, it was 36, wasn't it?
It could be 36 or 38 or a number. I don't know. I don't do maths.
It's
Well,
sport.
it's not. It's even years, isn't it? So
No, I thought 1939 then.
It's sport. It involves people.
time is
breaking-
up anyway.
Time is up. Okay, next one. I'm gonna give you. You know what? I'm gonna give 3 points for this one.
You
Plus
said.
about- I know, plus a bonus point. We're gonna go up to 20. 3 points for this one, plus a bonus point. What do all the different parts of Einstein's equation E equals mc squared represent? So what are E, M, and C? And for a bonus point, I'm going. No, in fact, I'm not going to do the bonus point because that'll give the answer away. So what do E, M, and C stand? What do they represent in E equals mc squared? And no, actually, for a bonus point, what is actual C squared? What is the number? There you go.
Sorry, what was the bonus point?
Bonus point. So what do E, M, and C stand for? And what is actual C squared? What is the... When you square C, what do you get? Once you know what C is, that'll be a bonus point. I've lost track of how many points I've given away now. So, so there's 3 there. I want to know E, M, and C. And I also want to know, if for a bonus point, what actually is C squared?
Okay, I don't know the actual number. No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Yep. Next question. Who was the first person that we know of to calculate reasonably accurately the circumference of the Earth? I keep wanting to say go at the end of the question, but that's not...
You can. That'll tell me when to press the button. Sorry, I missed the end of the question as well.
Who was the first person that we know of to calculate reasonably accurately the circumference of the Earth?
Ah, right.
And I only know this name myself because I in my head, I can visualize Carl Sagan saying it. And he's wearing a fantastic safari jacket when he says it, and that's why it sticks in my mind.
I don't think I've got any of these right.
Triangles, says Steve.
Triangle.
Yeah,
That was the alternative answer to the one about the BBC shipping line series, but that was set in the 1980s. Who remembers Triangle? It was terrible.
yeah, it's triangle. That was
A cruise ship one. Awful, terrible soap opera.
yeah. How you could make a series of a ferry?
10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the time up. Last question.
And your last question, cashier number 4, please. What adorable name was given? I'm going to have to get the word adorable there somewhere. What adorable name was given to the tiny microscopic organisms living in a drop of rainwater that Anthony van Leeuwenhoek discovered in the 1670s? So Anthony van Leeuwenhoek was a microscopologist. He created microscopes in the early days of microscopy, and he was the first to discover little tiny things living in raindrops. What did he call them, or what were they known as?
Easy.
Yep.
Right. Well, I think I've got all the boxes filled.
Yeah. Not filled correctly, but filled.
Yeah. If you don't know the answer, take a guess at the
Question
team.
1. Question 2. Question
Yeah,
3.
if you don't put something down, you definitely get it wrong.
You've all learned about 20 different ways to say
Just think after tonight's live stream how everybody will go home fully educated.
They will have their heads enfattened.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of Fox's section.
So we'll give it a couple of minutes. If anybody wants a question re-asking, let me know. And the
Fox's
guys,
science facts.
I'll need you guys to tell me because I haven't got the chat open. So
Tim Young says, "Oh God, Emma ran out of beer and has started on the gin."
does anybody want a question asking or repeating? I doubt
Can we have the answers read out again, please?
I'm seriously doubting anybody who needs a question re-asking, but they.
Time up, pencils down, says Candyman.
Well, nobody's asking for questions, so
Yeah, I suspect this will be the low points round.
Yeah. People just don't want to hear them questions again.
Yeah. Matt Williams is going, thank goodness for that.
Best to get my stuff out of the way earlier than anything. Listen, I'm enriching your brain parts
yeah, just like that.
and fattening them with knowledge and knowledge bomb.
Carl's just come in. He's asking, "Can you repeat 1 to 10, please?"
Yep.
Yeah, can Colin do his as well, please? Can we have different questions?
Just write yes, no, and EastEnders. You'll be fine. Right, let me know when I can go.
I reckon you can go.
Okay.
The correct answer to every question is Sally James.
Yes. Cashier number 4, please. Right, question 1 was, the modern branch of mathematics called algebra came to the West from what part of the world? And it was, of course, the Arabic world. It was ancient
Are
Arabic.
we not answering these questions for you then?
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
I said the Arabic. No, I didn't.
that. Okay,
I
well
put
then
down
the
Greece.
bonus point for that one, what was it known as?
I put sums.
No, it would have been half sum, sorry.
Yeah.
No, have you got that one? It was known as
No.
algebra. And in fact, a lot of our current scientific terms and words are from the Arabic. A lot of our star names are Arabic. Question 2 was, what after oxygen is the second most common component of the Earth's crust?
I put muck.
Nitrogen.
Hydrogen,
The answer was silicon,
of
with
course.
an abundance of 276,900 parts per million.
See, this section's going to let people know why we're actually doing the eModels show.
Why we aren't presenting something like you?
Yeah, why we're not doing something more constructive.
This the people will realize why every week we talk about like 80s TV and snack foods.
Yeah, it's going to become very apparent.
Yeah.
No, I've got this. The next one I know. I know the next
Question
one.
3. Which scientific theory postulates that subatomic particles are tiny one-dimensional loops? And it's not Tony Danza, but there you go. Tiny one-dimensional loops. And the answer was
Custard.
Oops.
custard.
Flux capacitor.
I've got hula hoops.
Hula hoops. The answer was, of course, as we all know and love, string theory.
Oh yeah, that's the other. Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
M theory, because that deal with membranes. String theory.
Of course, yeah, that's the bit that tripped me up.
Yeah, membrane. Yeah, M theory
Yeah.
is a bit different.
There is, cynical Steve. There is 2 points for question 1.
Yes, there were 2 points. If you got
Only
Arabic
if you get them right.
yeah, brr,
You don't just get 2 points for answering. You have to get the correct answers.
voted with the right words. The next question. Dad will know the answer to this because we listened to it about 4 times in his car on the way down to eModels. Rain scattering accounts for which everyday phenomenon?
Rainbows.
Nope.
Rain.
Nope.
Rules out my theory then.
What do you put, Cole?
Clouds.
Clouds. Almost. Rayleigh scattering is what makes the sky blue.
Okay.
Yes, the wavelength of blue light is such that penetrates all the way through, whereas red and green are scattered and diffused. So that's why the sky is blue, because the other frequencies are diffused away, scattered away, whereas blue it's something to do with the wavelength of blue, if I remember correctly. So
You said every day. You don't get blue skies every day.
Yeah, we're doing well, you know. We're doing
every
well.
day is a blue sky day when you're around, Chris. You see what I did there? That was quite good. Next question. Question number whatever. This was 4 points available. Which 4 planets of the solar system have the rings?
I've got Saturn and 3 others.
That's 1 point.
I've got Saturn, Mars, Uranus, and Neptune.
That's 3 points.
I've got Uranus, Neptune, Venus, and Saturn.
3 points. It is Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Jupiter. Not everybody realised that Jupiter has a ring system. So Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. You've 4 points available if anybody got that. Next one. In underwater navigation, what does the acronym SONAR stand for?
Oh, this was an easy one.
Yeah.
This is sound and noise are really loud.
10 points.
I've got sonic-y stuff.
Sonic-y stuff.
And I've just realised that I spelled O with an A.
SONAR.
Yeah, I just got ping.
Ping. If it was Welsh, would it be Popty Ping? SONAR stands for sound, navigation, and ranging.
I got one word right then. Do I get?
Yeah. You got the letters right, just not in the
Do I
right
get like
order.
a fifth?
You got all the right letters, more or less.
Can I have 0.2?
You can have half a point. Well, Ted can have 5 points for just saying ping.
Yeah, that doubles my points then.
Next question was, Halley's Comet is visible from Earth every how many years?
25?
I've got 63.
70.
Oh, nearly. It is, in fact, 73.3 years, but I would have taken 73. Every
Hey, I got a point.
73.3 years, you see Halley's Comet. I remember being a kid and watching the sky at night when they had the camera going up to the comet.
I actually saw it for live.
Yeah.
Was it 80 something? Or it came round?
Yeah, me and you were
Seen it twice.
watching it at the same time. Yeah, Ted will see it 3 times. Right, next question. There's 4 points for this one. Well, 3 in a bonus. What do all the different parts of Einstein's equation E equals mc squared stand for? So you've got E, M, and C. And if you know it, what is actual C squared?
I got effort, mass, and constant.
I've got energy, mass, and the universal constant, which is light speed. But I don't know the number.
You got 2.5. I'll give you on that one. You kind of.
Yeah, that's all I had was energy and mass.
Yep. E is energy, M is mass, and C is the speed of light.
Well,
That's what I said, light speed.
Yeah, you kind of said the universal constant, which is a non-existent thing.
That's good enough. No, that's good enough.
No, I'm giving myself 3 points for that.
I'll give you 2 7/8 points.
No, I'm getting 3.
Yeah. So yes, energy, mass, and C is the speed of light, and C squared for the bonus point. If anyone's got it, C squared is actually 34,596,000,000 miles per second, because the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. So energy equals mass times the velocity of light squared. Interesting fact: if you could turn every one of the atoms in a paperclip into pure energy, leaving no mass whatsoever, the paperclip would yield energy equivalent to 18 kilotons of TNT. There you go.
Oh,
Yes. Right, second to last question, the penultimate question. We're going to travel back to ancient Greece. Who was the first person that we know of to calculate reasonably accurately the circumference of the Earth? And I'll let you answer, first of all. Nearly gave you the answer there.
I guess he must have called it after himself, so it was Mr. Circumference.
Bob Circumference.
I'm not sure if it was Galileo, but that's what I put.
Nope.
No, I've got no idea, mate.
It was Eratosthenes, a Greek polymath around 250 BCE, before Common Era.
Okay.
Ah, that's the very man. Of course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you think of it.
Yeah, he was on the tip of your tongue, wasn't it, mate?
It was, yeah. Something was on the tip of my tongue. It was it. Yeah.
He noticed in a place called Syene, about 500 kilometers from Alexandria, that shadows overhead on the summer solstice, right in the middle of the day, were like the shadow was directly overhead, whereas in Alexandria, 500 kilometers away, it was at 7 degrees from the pole sticking out the ground. So he did some calculations, did some maths, and he got the diameter of the Earth as 250,000 stadia, which, as far as we can tell, is about 5 to 10% of the actual circumference of the Earth, which is 40,075 kilometers. But we don't know exactly how big a stadia was, so we think he was about right, more or less.
That is some tape measure he had, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called Slaves and Sticks. And the last question: what adorable name was given to the tiny microscopic organisms living in a drop of rainwater that Antoine van Leeuwenhoek discovered in the 1670s?
I'm confident with my answer on this one. It's Larry.
Well, I put things because he must have, before he thought of an Ava, he must have called them things in the water.
What are these things? He said in Dutch.
Yeah, witchcraft and tomfoolery.
Witchcraft and tomfoolery. They were known as animalcules because they knew of molecules, didn't they? So they called them animalcules.
Of course, yeah.
That wasn't the Dutch name, but that was the English name translated from the Dutch roughly. So they were called animalcules. So there you go. There's a possibility of, I don't know, some points, 15 to 20 points in there somewhere.
Didn't do so well on that one.
Yeah, I got 3.
I got 7.5 on that one.
3, 4.
Which sounds good if you think it was out of 10, but if it's out of 20, then it's not so good.
Out of 13, it was, I think. 15. Out of 15, that was.
How many did everybody else get?
Yeah,
I got 6.
I got all of those.
Paul got 9. Philip got a miserable 3. Mark says he didn't answer the last one. Ostrich got 9. Lynn,
As well as you've given us your scores, of course, you need to tell us if it's me or Ted for the next one.
Yep. Lynn says 10. Anders Ericsson says 8. Dave Cardboard says animalcule. So
Well
cute.
done, Lynn. Well done.
I seem to recall that UK billions is or was different to an American billions. Possibly. Whatever it is, we're probably right and Americans are probably wrong. So. When I think it must relate to the speed of light squared, because Tim Young says the same speed I order Edward 1144th kits when eModels list them.
Couple for me, one for Ted, another one for me, another one for Ted. So it sounds like it's me.
good. Right.
I'll go next then.
Yeah, I got my pen ready.
Right.
today's category, Christopher?
My category, if I can find the questions that I prepared earlier. Hang about. I'll look on me as well, and I managed to do the button as well and everything. It's all clever, right?
Oh, you're good, you are.
I
Tried out doing
multitask.
books for you, but you know, social
Just don't
distancing.
expect me to look pretty while I'm doing it. So right, right. My questions are world records. So they're global records from somewhere in the world, taken from the official Guinness World Records Book 2020.
What was the
I
biggest-
see, yeah, I see what you're going to do here. You're just going to thumb through the book, and when we say stop, you'll pick a page.
Yeah, no, I've got the relevant articles copied to my phone, so I'm going to read them out, and then I'll put the button, and we'll see how you go. Right. The first one.
Skullfish gets a point for his comment. Colin, no. Fox, no. Hold on. Barry, chuckle, please.
There you go. Skullfish gets a point.
Right, my first question is about the largest humanoid vehicle created. I want to know the height of it, please. In meters. All of these are in standard units, so in meters. I'll let you decide how close you have to get, because I've got an exact number, but
I think
you know,
I know what it is.
we'll
but
see
I
how you
can't-
get.
I think I know
It's
what it is.
inspired by the giant robots in the classic anime series Mobile Suit Gundam.
They're not robots.
But they built a real one. So
They're not
how
robots.
high is it? What's the height of it, please?
Do you want it specific or a rounded down or up?
Yeah, well, you can decide. I mean, I've got a specific number here, but everyone can decide how close you get as to how close you really want it to be.
Yeah.
So,
Also, they're not robots.
if you want to round it a bit, this is a robot, apparently.
What it said, they're not actually
It
robots.
says here in the book, it's in black and white, it's printed.
Yeah, but that was written by an English person who's obviously an idiot.
And if you do answer
not
in other
competitive,
measurements
are
in
you,
feet or
Fox?
things,
They're
then
vehicles with a cockpit and everything. God damn it.
if you're answering feet, you'd have to do your own conversions and figure out if you got it
No,
right.
no, I'm doing meters.
So, and question 2. Actually, I'll ask the question first, then press the button. That's the order to do it in.
You did that question for me, didn't
What is the lowest temperature recorded on Earth?
you? Ooh. On Earth.
On Earth, yes. On this planet. Not in deep space or anything, actually. On the surface of the Earth. Yeah, lowest temperature recorded. It's easy. I'm not going to give bonus points for anything, so if you know where it is, then that's great. Lovely, tell
I
us.
hear
But
music from somewhere. Okay, it's gone now.
it's not in Manchester, I'll give you that.
Oh, I've got a bit of a conundrum now. With that one, I'm having a difficulty now. That's
It's
all.
got to be at Ted's place because that's why his head's blue.
Zaz is saying Kelvin or C. C would be the one to
Oh,
use for this.
man! Oh,
It's on Earth. It's not,
oh,
But again, you can convert it if you like. But
I can't convert it if I wanted to.
3, 2, 1. That's the end of the question. Next question. Right. The most tricks performed by a dog in 1 minute. How many tricks is it? So the world record for the most number of tricks performed by a dog in 60 seconds. They could be doing it now while you're writing the answer down. How many tricks could that dog do in that 60 seconds?
Who counted? Was it the dog or a human?
Yes.
I assume the human's counting the dog doing it.
Dog's doing it.
So they would have done several numbers now, and they're like halfway through their trick performance. How many more can they do?
One trick, it run off.
While we're waiting for another news, my Adeptus Astartes notebook gives me an inspiring fact of the day. Only fools listen to the heretic's lies. That's today's fact of the day from the Emperor. There you go. Just telling you.
I was going to say,
Are those imperial tricks or metric tricks, as Dave Cardboard?
Hang on, everybody's talking at the same time then, what?
Sorry, Dave Cardboard just said as though imperial tricks or metric tricks.
Yes, Imperial.
2,
Imperial was correct.
1, and finished. Right, next question, which is question number 4. The oldest gaming YouTuber, how old are they?
Oldest gaming YouTuber. I think I know who it is.
I don't know who. I don't need to know who. I need to know how old
We
they
get,
are.
we get the person.
This is from the Guinness Book of Records 2020. So the age is actually from April 2019. Is
Can we get a bonus point if we get the name?
no.
Hang on,
I'm not giving
what,
bonus points. I'm harsh like that. You
Hang on,
wanted
what
10 questions. You get 10 questions for 10 points.
what do you want the age of the name? I've forgotten now.
No, and it's not the age now. It's actually the age on the April 2019 because that's obviously the book came out end of the year or whatever. So yeah.
Team Inept is saying it's that git that does Skyrim Saturdays. Don't know who
No,
that.
that just feels like it takes hours and hours and hours.
Carry on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm not getting any of these, I think.
That's that.
People thought
Question.
my science question was hard. Yeah.
Question number 5. Another one for Foxx, actually. There you go. The largest collection of Transformers memorabilia. How many unique pieces does he have in his collection? It's not Foxx again. It's not how many pieces has Foxx got in his collection. It's...
I'm just writing the word heresy. I literally have just written the word heresy on that one. They're not robots. Those are robots.
Zesta says, I bet whoever it is, they keep telling people how old they are. Obviously for the last question.
Is question number 10 going to be please add up all your previous answers and tell us what the total is?
Zesta says Foxx will say none because they don't exist.
I literally have just written the word heresy down. I could show you, but I might give you an answer. But I literally have just written the word heresy.
We don't have to show our workings out, do we?
Oh, interesting side note.
4, 3, 2, 1. On to question number 6. The largest commercially available pizza. Ooh. I'd like to know its area, please.
Area?
Area of the largest commercially available pizza.
That's the most random measurement for a commercially available pizza. Have a specific weight by volume, please.
In feet or meters?
It's in meters because we're doing scientific units. So you're not making up, dodgy
squared.
Meters, square meters, yes.
Square meters. All right. Interesting side note. One of my friends is in the Guinness Book of Records. A very good friend of mine. I think for 2017. She did the largest picture made of small dots in the world.
I might be asking that as one of the questions. There's still questions to come, you know.
I'm not going to give any more specific information than that. But I might get that one right if that is right.
So all of these are out of the book. If you do have the book or want to go and borrow a book or look at it online, some of them have got pictures, and some of the pictures are pretty good. So, yeah. That's your time up for that one, gentlemen, people, ladies, everybody.
In the world that actually has a Guinness Book of Records that isn't like 6.
Everyone's got the Guinness Book of Records, haven't they?
I've had one since I was a kid and got them at Christmas.
I think my parents buy one for me every year just because they do.
Marble stuck up a nostril, things like that when I was a kid.
All right, question number 7. Another one for Foxx, actually. These seem to be very Foxx themed. The most toothpicks in a beard. Now, I'm not asking how many toothpicks were fitted into the beard. I can tell you that. That was... hang about, I shall tell you how many. 3,500 toothpicks he stuck into his beard. How long did it take him to do it?
Never mind how long. The big question is why?
Because it looks awesome. The picture's great.
Hello, is that the Guinness Book? I'd like to get a... Can you just come round? I can't explain it. Just come round. You just have to see it.
Yes, so if you were to stick 3,500 toothpicks into your beard, how long would it take?
That would have been
again, it's in normal time things, so yep.
I'm just thinking if he's halfway through it and runs out of toothpicks, does he have to go to Tesco and buy some more?
Yeah.
I don't know if you start at one side and work your way across, or if you go across and then you fill in the gaps. I don't know. I'm assuming you need a bigger beard than this as well. Fox's beard do it.
A bit lax in the quality of the records they're doing, aren't they?
Dave Cardboard said he used to get a Rupert Bear annual for his Christmas. I used to get the Dandy and Beano.
Dandy and Beano. Occasionally the Wizard.
2, 1. That was that. Now, question number 8. A very topical one for the theme at the moment. The most toilet rolls balanced on the head. How many toilet rolls is the world record for having balanced on your head at one time? Obviously not.
That could have been broken within the last couple of months. So
They're not in a packet either. They're just individually placed, stacked one up top of each other. How many can you stack on your head?
Like 200 all packed in the cellophane, just balancing on your head.
And they have to be balanced on your head for 30 seconds.
Okay. They really are getting a bit low quality, these records they're doing nowadays.
Yeah, there literally is a record for absolutely everything, but, you know.
Yes, the 2020 world record for saying the word butts as many times as possible in one conversation.
Probably is. Tim Young says, one toilet roll, it's all he could get.
One toilet roll, fight me for it.
People are hearing aircraft out my window, and Zadster says, according to the radar, GTVHB police heli is around Heathrow, so that'll be it. Probably is. Yeah.
I can't hear that. How are people hearing that? Mind you, I've got a little earpiece, so I can't hear that.
3, 2, 1. That's the end of that. Right, we have the 9th question. This is one for Ted, actually.
oh, sits up.
Gin. That's a gin.
For Ted, we have in November 2018 the extremely limited Morris. Oh, there's Roman numerals LX1V. That's what's that? 64.
X for what's L? L's.
I don't know.
50.
That's
Yeah,
why I thought it was
64.
probably 50, but it might not be. Anyway,
40.
in November 2018, the extremely limited Mulberry Gin went on sale exclusively at Harvey Nichols in London. How much did it sell for? Ted will be up on the gin prices. I'm sure we'll get that one right.
Oh, it's gin. Oh, is that right?
It is the gin price.
It's a gin question, yep. So Lynn's saying L is 50. So yeah, it would be 64. That would be, wouldn't it? That doesn't matter, but you know. Again, there's an exact amount there, but you can give yourself a bit of leeway if you like.
Is that question 9?
That was question 9, yes. We have one more question remaining.
How's that bottle, says Eric Graham.
I drank it.
It's a gincident, says Andy McLeish.
I think Ted has gincidents.
More than a bottle of Tesco's finest, says James McIntyre.
10 seconds.
Cynical Steve says he found sugar puffs in his beard once, so he keeps it trimmed now.
3, 2, 1. That's that. Right, my last question is about the largest space station. Now, everybody obviously knows it's the International Space Station, the ISS. My question is, what is the mass of the largest space station, the ISS? Not the weight, because it's in space. It hasn't technically got any weight. Mass.
Oh, crap. What's a unit of mass?
No chance on any of these, says Michael Jackman. There's always a chance. Some of them are just numbers. You might guess the right number.
I can't remember. This is maybe incredibly stupid, but mass is like, what is a unit of mass? As opposed to a unit of weight. Oh.
Mass is still kilograms.
I'll scratch the word tons out then.
Tim Young says, I love a good mass. That's a line out of Father Ted. I love a good mass.
Right, 18 seconds. You can put your numbers down. Again, I've got an exact figure, but you can, you know, depending on how close you are as to how many points you want to give yourself. Or how many fractions of a point you want to give yourself.
Yeah, I got one, says Lynn Dipple.
I don't know. She got the 50 bit about... Yeah, but no. Right, that is the end of my quizzing. So I'll stop locking it on me, because that's enough of me.
For not knowing SI units. I know, but it's one of those things where you don't think about it, then you kind of overthink it, and then you trip yourself up. It's like trying to explain how to tie a shoelace. You just can't.
Oh, no, you can't. And the next tie, you just can't. Yeah.
You know how to do it, but your brain just goes... Bleh. So you say, what's a unit of mass? Wait, is mass different to weight? Oh, wait, no. Oh.
Anders is asking for question 3 again, please.
Question 3 again. 1, 2... Question 3 was the most tricks done by a dog in 60 seconds. Yeah, that's that.
Jane Young says, gin is long gone. Where's the whiskey? Mark Scope says, 2 hopes here, Bob and no.
The ISS weighs nothing, but it has a lot of mass. Indeed. Yeah. Mass is in newtons, surely, says Cynical Steve. No, that's different, isn't it?
foot-pounds per Newton squared.
Forces in Newton, says that's it, yes.
Joke when we're doing.
Skip
Change.
this, let's go to Ted, says Michael Jackman. No, we've got to get the answers first. Then we can squeeze Ted in before we finish a bit late tonight. Right, that's long enough for everybody, isn't it? You all ready?
Yep.
A resounding yes there, right?
There's no this year. Oktoberfest is cancelled.
Right,
Because, of course,
question number 1 was the height of the largest humanoid vehicle.
I'm going to guess this is the RX-78-2 Gundam, which will be, it's about 80. I put 18.5 meters, but it's not going to be right. It's going to be Unicorn Gundam, isn't it? At like 20 meters or something, I bet.
I've got 13 meters.
I've got 10.
Well, the correct answer is 8.46 meters.
Oh. Yeah, it's near enough point.
What is it? It is the towering. It's called Monanofu. 8 meters, 8.46 meters tall, and 4.27 meters from shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, it's one that somebody's built and actually moves
It's an actual
around.
giant. It's not, it's a real thing. It's not a.
That's
fake
a
thing.
seriously big robot.
Yeah, I was thinking about like the big life-size Gundams that
Doesn't work.
divers. But you're the one that's a guy, but guy's actually built
No,
it.
it's a real thing. It's not a. Yeah. Okay. Right. Question 2. Question 2 was the lowest temperature recorded on Earth.
Minus 51.
Minus
Minus 120.
Minus 89.2.
Oh, it was near. I've got another point.
Siberia.
In Russia, and research station in Russia. So yeah. Right. Number 3 was the number of tricks performed by a dog in 60 seconds.
I put 72.
Anybody else?
42.
Very close. 49.
Oh, it's close again. I have 3 points.
You do well later, don't you?
Well, you said it's up to us to decide how close you want it to be.
Yeah. To say if you're within a few, then probably give yourself some points. Right. The oldest YouTube gamer.
I put Grandma Shirley at 82, but I don't actually know how old she is.
92.
I've got 90.
It is indeed Shirley Curry, and she was 83 at the time.
Can I get a point for that? I'm only 1 year out, but I got the name. I'm getting a point for that.
Well, I've got a point for that. So yeah.
Grandma Shirley, she's the Skyrim grandma. She's awesome.
Right, number 5. The largest collection of Transformers memorabilia. How many individual unique pieces of Transformer memorabilia does he have?
1.2 million.
Literally read the word heresy.
1,453.
Well, surprisingly, Ted's the closest. It's 2,111.
Yeah, see, I got another point.
I don't think you get a whole point for that. You're several hundred out.
You were several significantly hundred out.
Right, number 6, pizza. The area of the largest commercially available pizza.
3 meters squared.
13 meters squared.
1.4 meters.
1.98.
Oh yes.
That's not a big pizza. 13 meters squared is more acceptable for the bit.
Yeah, but that's far too big. That's just
Oh, yeah,
no.
We're not doing too well now, are we?
No, I've got one. Got one so far.
Right, question number 7. Toothpicks in a beard. How long would it take to put 3,500 toothpicks in one's beard?
3 days.
I put 7 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours and 13 minutes.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I've got a flouse so far.
Can I just check to see that Ted hasn't got the Guinness Book of Records next to him?
What I want to know is how you can find out that's something you can do.
Yeah, you've got a lot. I know we're in isolation, but
Right, question number 8. Toilet rolls on the head. How many
22.
toilet rolls?
22.
36 by Sharon and Croydon.
18.
12 is the correct answer.
Yes, close enough.
Rubbish record. There's some school kid did it and got a world record for it.
I'm sure Ted's got the next one right. The price of the gin.
£13,000.
I put 350 quid.
1.8 million.
£4,000.
Yes, near enough.
even won the speedboat. God damn it! I've not even got the Allegro at this rate either. have I?
Okay, and the final question, my last question, the mass of the ISS, please.
500,000 SI units or kilograms, as we like to call them.
So
yeah,
500,000 was that?
500,000, because I've no idea what tons is in kilograms. So.
I've got 30,000.
I got 32.
It is 419,725.
Yeah, I'll take a point for that. Thank you.
Not far out. I wasn't far out. I'll give myself half a point for that.
I don't think I got any for that.
I'll give myself a full point for that because, of course, I will.
Right, so everybody in the chat, let us know how many points you got on my round, and let us know who you want to go next, because it's feeling left out, being left on its
I got 9.5.
I got 2 points. Before we do the next round, we're going to go for a very quick week because I'm absolutely bursting.
I'll take it I didn't get any points. Or
Can anyone guess how long this will take in seconds?
We have Osric saying that round didn't go well for me.
No.
Michael Jackman got 1 point. Anders got 5 points. Mark Scopes got 1 point. Lynn got 1 point. Paul Lyons got 3 somehow.
Well done.
Beyond Hope says, what? There were points available in that round? My paper is still blank.
Yeah, as I said, now add all them numbers up and see what total you get. See if you're anywhere near me.
Cynical Steve says, with no help from the Guinness Book of Records I got last Christmas, I got 10. When you say no help...
Yeah, the Guinness Book of Records for 21 is going to be in about 8 volumes at this rate. Isn't it? Got a lot of people with a lot of time to try these beardy things out, haven't we?
Nat got 3, Wayne got 1, and Iman got 10 out of 10 again.
Right, so well, I got 7.5 on Foxx and 5.5 on Colin, so that's 13. So is my score 13 or 23? Do I get points on my own round?
No.
And returned.
All right.
My body chooses the totally wrong times to go for really slow wheeze.
Right.
Osric says that was harder than Chrissy's themes.
Right, are we ready for my round? Everybody
Yes,
else before me has got their questions on the iPad or the computer. I've got mine old school. I've got it on.
Oh, you're profesh, you are.
I'm
Oh,
professional.
Ted, you could have got the answers on this side so we could see them.
Right. Now, yeah, I haven't got a specific category. We're just going to do general knowledge questions. So,
Oh dear.
yeah,
Yes,
in the good old British pub fashion. It's a pity I haven't got a microphone. Good.
This was the A level that everybody got easily, was general
Yes.
studies.
Right then, for question number 1, here we go. Eyes down, look in.
House.
During the space race, the United States spent $5 million researching a zero-gravity pen. What did the Russians use?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's the old apocryphal.
Yeah, some of these are going to be easy. Some of them might take a little bit of thinking about.
Well, I mean, it all depends on where you get your answers from, because there's the correct answer and there's the answer that everyone thinks they know.
Yeah.
Well, I've just got the answer off Google. Yeah. Right. Question number 2.
Hang about, no, you've got to give people time. There's
You
a
got a
timer
minute.
going down.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I forget
They've
about-
still got 32 seconds to answer the question.
So during,
32 seconds.
during the space race, the United States spent $5 million researching a zero-gravity pen.
Space pen.
What did the Russians use, allegedly?
Space pen.
Quino Man says a turnip.
Pen, no,
Probably
potato.
not true.
It's Russia,
Yeah.
potato.
A tractor.
In Mother Russia, we invented space potatoes. They're like normal potatoes, but in space. Idiot.
3, 2, 1, and that's time.
Right. Here we go. Right. Question number 2 now. Which of the British Armed Forces was established in 1918? Which of the British Armed Forces was established in 1918?
Is that the AA?
Yeah, the RAC.
Her Majesty's pot and bottle washers.
The Royal Knitting Corps, says Tim Young.
Remember, folks, don't put the answer in chat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a serious answer.
No, it wasn't that one. One of the other ones.
That's just as a provisional wing of the hour and a line.
Yeah, don't put your answers in chat. Just for fun, this one.
Toast Marketing Board.
Toast! Toast marketing
3,
board.
2, 1, and that's time.
Toast needs no marketing.
Right. Okay. Question number 3, please. Water and tea are the most commonly consumed drinks worldwide. What is the third on the list? Water and tea are the most commonly consumed drinks worldwide. What is third on the list?
Okay.
Go.
Ooh.
It's tricky, isn't it?
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
It could be, but yeah, then it might be. But
But it's Ted
if
answering the question, so it's going to be gin, isn't it? I don't know. Don't know what it is.
Yeah, can we just put gin in every category?
Yeah, I think that might be my answer for some of the questions. Yeah. Zedza says Vimto, obviously. 20 seconds. Vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Tim Young says, wait, by world, did you mean Glasgow? Yeah, that'll be like Charger Lager, won't it? Tenant Super.
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. Made in Scotland from Gurders.
1. And time's up.
Okay. And question number 4. Which film, it's an easy one this, which film contains the characters Morticia and Gomez? Which film contains the characters Morticia and Gomez? There we go.
What was the second name?
Gomez.
If you're Spanish, Gomez.
Gomez.
I'm going to guess not all the President's Men. Tesco Blue Lager Strip 1 says lockdown is over, says Mark Scopes.
Lynn says there's more. Paul Lyon says there's more than one film.
Yes, it's a franchise.
Yeah, just the general film.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up.
Boom. Okay, another film-related question. What 1986 film sees a robot called Number 5 escape from a secret research centre? What was the name of the film in 1986 which sees a robot called Number 5 escape from a secret research centre?
Oh, crap, it's not that easy, because... Is that the name of the film, or is that... Oh,
That's the name of the film.
oh no, I'm just thinking now, because what I'm thinking about isn't the name of the film.
No, not the name of the thing. No.
Oh, no.
And the other thing, come on.
It's called... Oh, wait, I know, I've got it.
You haven't got the theme tune in your head, have you?
I don't know the theme tune.
You haven't got music from the film in your head, have you?
No. I remember the exceptionally racist white guy playing the Indian engineer. And that's about as much as I remember. Yes,
Beyond
I
Hope
remembered
says
it
The
now.
Terminator.
Hey?
Beyond Hope says The Terminator.
No, it's not a tumor. There is no bathroom.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time up for that question.
Okay, right.
I got one.
TV theme. What is the house number of The Simpsons? What number house do The Simpsons live at?
Oh, man, I have no idea. That's just devious.
Do we get points if we get close?
Yeah, if you're on the same street.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the road. Oh, man. Doesn't Ted look younger with blue hair? It's not a sentence I thought I'd ever say, but it's true.
They're going to keep it blue.
I think you've got on manga on us, Ted.
Yeah.
I think you should do different colours. When the blue wears out, go for a different colour. Green or
Dave
something.
I'm giving Dave Cardboard a point just for saying number wang. So Dave Cardboard, add a point to your score. I've decided. That's number Wang.
10 seconds.
God, what number?
3, 2, 1. Time up.
All right. Now, probably an easy one, this one.
Can I just check that this is question number 7 coming up?
This is question number 7 coming up.
Good. Okay, I haven't missed any.
Yep. This could be an easy one. What is the name of the bald commander of the Enterprise in Star Trek? What's the name of the bald commander of the Enterprise in Star Trek?
No, it's not me.
Yeah.
Did you have
What
to
are
look
doing
this one
in
up, Ted?
space?
Could you imagine it? Yeah. Perhaps I should do an audio book of Star Trek just for Paul Stewart. Space, the final frontier.
Skullfish says Kojak.
Michael Jackman says A, B, C, D, or E. Well, yes, of course. Telesalve, says Lynn. Telesalve, Jesus saves.
Andy McLeish is going William Colin Fester Riker.
5,
Skullfish.
4, 3, 2, 1, and that's time up for that one.
Okay, staying on a TV thing. Question number 8. What was the name given to the most famous 1969 Dodge Charger in a television series? What was the name given to the most famous 1969 Dodge Charger in a television series?
I had to just think of where you worded the question then as to what I was actually being asked. But yeah, it makes sense.
Yes.
Skullfish gets a point from me because he says, I need your comedy flower, your big shoes, and your unicycle. So, Skullfish, you can have a point.
Paul says, yeah, he'd love a series of Star Trek with Colin as captain. Or I could do you the entire set of Harry Potter narrated by Harry Potter at Hogwarts, Part 1.
Part 1. Shut up, Harry.
Yeah.
The end.
Old Weasley said, you're only supposed to blow.
10 seconds now.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing.
All right, movie theme. What was the name of the villain in the first Superman movie, the 1980 movie, played by Gene Hackman? What was the name of the villain in the 1980 Superman movie, played by Gene Hackman?
I'm blanking
Yeah, no
on
problem.
I'm blanking on the entire story of the first Superman movie.
Really? Oh, dear.
All I can remember is Zod and the pennies, earning the pennies from the income tax.
Raging Bases should get a point for saying Colin reads The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh, dear.
Oh, Team Inept says, you're a bleeding wizard, Harry.
Yeah, I was just sort of, you're a bleeding wizard, Harry.
Dogs are evil.
Colin's
All
like,
lines.
you may think it's a long way down to the chemist at the end of Rome, but that's not
Just call
me.
me, just call me Hagrid. Oh dear.
10 seconds.
I've put an answer down for the Superman, but I know it's wrong.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not who I think it is.
3, 2, 1. Time up.
Right, final question. Question number 10.
Finalmente.
The fourth Doctor Who, Tom Baker, had a fondness for which sort of
Yes,
sweets?
already written.
Yeah, that's
it
an easy
down.
one.
The fourth Doctor Who, that was Tom Baker, had a fondness for which sweets?
Would you like a? Yes.
Okay.
Think of a little paper bag.
Time to start guessing here.
Think of a little
Really?
paper bag in his hand.
Oh, I quite like that round. Thank you, Ted.
That was a good round. That. Thank you, Ted.
Uh-huh.
I think I need to go and get another box set of DVDs.
Paul says. Paul Team Inept says Tunnocks tea cakes.
Right, how do we do?
Still got time yet. They've still got
all right,
20 seconds to answer.
I think my score is going to be not great.
9, 8,
I
7,
pick sort of questions that you think you might know, but then when you get asked them, you don't.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, and that is the end of the quiz.
Ooh.
Oh, well done, everyone. Yeah,
Well, not done yet, Ted. We've got to get your answers yet.
yeah. Bye now. See you. Bye.
Yeah.
Right. I'll go through the questions again. During the space race, the US spent $5 million researching a zero gravity pen. What did the Russians use?
The myth is that they use pencils.
Yeah, but they also used a pen.
Yeah, they also used a pen.
Yeah. Oh, I had the answer of a pencil.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm giving myself a point for pen because it's right.
Yeah.
Just for anything.
Yeah, it's near enough. You can write with it.
Potato, that's the point.
A pencil because it's got the word pen in it.
It's just pen's just a shorter word version of the word pencil, obviously.
Absolutely, it's an
Yeah.
abbreviation.
We're
Isn't
just
it?
saving ink, save the planet.
All right. Question number 2 was, which of the British Armed Forces was established in 1918?
I think it might be the RAF.
RAF.
RAF. Yes,
Yep.
correct. It was the
I
RAF.
didn't
Well,
have a clue.
did it not start out as the RFC and then became the RAC?
Yeah, but it was the Royal Flying Corps, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, then the RAF.
Right. Now I've got to find the next question.
What was the most common drink?
Yep. Water and tea are the most commonly consumed drinks worldwide. What is third on the list?
Gin.
I've got cola.
I ended up putting beer, but I was thinking it's either going to be Coke or beer.
It's
Probably
beer.
coffee.
Beer.
Everybody drinks beer.
Yeah, I thought it would have been coffee, but apparently, according to the
I figured it was not coffee because that was the most likely answer.
Yeah, well, see,
Are we
coffee,
officially saying tea is better than coffee?
Yep.
I was going to say, well,
globally.
coffee's drunk by only normal people, and there's a lot of not normal people around. You see, so that dilutes the coffee field completely. Whereas anybody will drink tea.
all right.
Only clever people drink coffee.
Question number 4 was a question of which film contains the characters Morticia and Gomez.
The Addams Family.
Adam's Family.
Adam's Family is correct. Yes.
For some reason, all those old 60s American series just make me really angry when I watch them. I can't watch them because I just get unconditionally angry and I don't know why.
Yeah. Oh, right. Right. This one, I think this one had you thinking.
No, disassemble.
Question number 5.
No, this
Which
is something.
1986 film sees a robot called Number 5 escape from a secret research center?
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit. Yeah. Well done.
I stumbled because in my head all I could hear was Johnny Five is alive. Then I'm like, wait, no, that's not the film. The film's called the film. Oh, no. No, disassemble. A meal in a can. Don't
Right.
know the next one. Didn't get the next one.
The next one. What is the house number of The Simpsons? Anybody with close?
Nah,
11.
1331.
742. 742.
I don't think that's even close enough to get half a point, so no.
Yeah. I put a question mark. Can I get a point for that?
No.
God damn it.
Could be mistaken for a 2, Fox, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's marks on the paper.
Yeah.
It's there. It's within the realms.
Max Gup says, do. Right, you should have all got this one.
Yep.
What is the name of the bald commander of the Enterprise in Star Trek?
Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, yeah.
Luke
Picard.
Or Captain Picard, if you didn't know the full name. You can have Captain Picard. No, I need to find question number
There was
8.
no way I was going to get a Star Trek question wrong because that would
No,
have been me.
you would have
to
been
leave.
severely
Yeah.
shouted at if you got that wrong.
Paul would have banned me.
Right.
I could potentially have got a Doctor Who one wrong then, so I'm banned again.
Yeah, you might not be forgiven, especially if it's Tom Baker. You might not be forgiven at all for this one.
Yeah.
Right, question number 8 was what name was given to the most famous 1969 Dodge Charger in a television series? Yeehaw!
Yep,
Well,
General Lee.
Yeah, it's
Olé.
General Lee, isn't it?
Generally in the Dukes of Hazzard.
Never meaning no harm. Always flattening the curve.
Right, number 9. What was the name of the villain in the first Superman movie? Played by
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor.
Was it Lex Luthor? Because I wrote
Yes,
Lex
it was
Luthor,
Lex
but I
Luthor.
thought, no, it's not, because it was a different...
Yes, it was Lex Luthor.
Yep, Lex
Cool. Was that the one where they had the extra pennies from the income tax, or was that the Superman 2?
I don't remember.
Ah, okay.
And finally, the 4th Doctor Who, that was Tom Baker, had a fondness for which sweets?
Jelly babies.
Jelly babies.
Jelly babies. Colin's band.
So,
What did you put, Colin?
Mint.
Mint. Hopeless.
There's original.
Yeah, I mean, my wife and son watch Doctor Who, but I've kind of never seen a full episode.
Nah, you're banned. Right, that's my best round. I got 9 there.
I got 7
Oh
out
no,
of
I
that.
got, I got 9.
Yeah. Well done, everyone. Yeah. Hopefully
Woohoo!
Right. Add up your points.
going a little bit.
And I got 20 or 30 if you count my points as my
no.
score as being points. I
I
don't know if we do.
got 17 and a half, but don't forget we missed out a whole section each, so
Yeah, so I got 20 of your lot, but didn't get any for mine. as it
20
were.
of your Earth numbers. I got 17 and a half, so
I beat you.
you shut up. Yeah, but
Although you had too many
you
points
had-
in your round, so
Yeah,
you know.
but you had my easy science questions to go off.
I got 17.
I got 20.
Yeah,
me and
well,
Ted are winners.
Yeah, I'll get me coat. Yeah.
Me and Ted will be joint winners. We'll take that.
Yeah, but don't forget, Cole, you're only half a point behind me, and I gave myself that half point, so we're both.
So I
equal
now
technically.
no longer do a Festa factoid. I just do a Festa non-factoid.
No, because me and you would be the same, Cole, but I gave myself half a point, so technically me and you are equal. So you're only as bad as me. That's
How-
probably
how-
worse.
Mate, you know, hat wearers unite, mate.
Yeah, probably worse actually saying you're just as bad as me.
Yeah. Well,
Right, looking through the answers that people have given, we have Lynn got 17, Paul Lyons got 31 and a half,
ooh.
Red Len 28, Nat 21, Philip Graham 20, Osric 24.5, Lynn Liquid Len 29.5,
Oh, well done.
Cynical Steve 44. I think he might be cheating.
Yeah, and we did give someone extra 20 points. I can't remember who it was.
Wayne Hayward 19.5, Anders 25 in total, Ickle Pete 23, and that's everyone that's put an answer up. So
Yeah, well done, everyone. Just a little bit of silly fun.
Zadster's asking death of the day. Yeah, I do have a Festa factoid and a death of the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Dave Cardboard says he got 10, but he might have cheated. But there's 40 questions. So 10 out of 40 is not great, though, Dave. So,
yeah, if you're cheating, you should do it better than that.
yeah, if you're getting 10 out of 40, you don't want to admit you cheated. It doesn't help you at all.
Yeah, the quick factoid was on this day in 1964, the first picture phone transcontinental call was made between New York City and Anaheim, California. And we got a deaf.
Hats off.
And it's a long name as well, folks.
Yes.
On this very day, in April 1794, at the age of 64, Jean-Baptiste Gaspard Bouchard de Siron dropped dead.
Yeah, not bad. Didn't do bad there, lad. Didn't do bad.
I've been building up to that all through the quiz.
That's why you've been off your questions.
You may have had the tune in your head. I've been like, don't get this name wrong. So hopefully,
No,
I've
we
got
need
that
you to
one
get-
right.
Hang on, who was he? What did he die of?
He was a French lawyer, a natural scientist who pursued his interest in astronomy. There's a coincidence, eh? Me doing an astronomer question. And he was significant collection of astronomical instruments made by renowned craftsmen. He utilised himself and gave access to his academic colleagues, and he worked in collaboration even with Charles Messier.
Messier, yeah.
That's the bloke. That's the very name. See, I could say his name, but not the bloke out of Dad's army. Yeah.
Paul Horner
mean
says,
John
please, the
Missouri, eh?"
dog ate my answers, so I couldn't find my score.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's something a little bit different anyway from the
Yes.
usual eModels live stream.
Somebody did ask in the chat if we're doing a what's in store, but we're not doing one at the moment.
Yeah, we're not doing a watching store because that was one of the reasons we did this quiz tonight. That could fill some airspace, keep the guys at.
Have you not seen the time? We're not doing anything else.
Yeah. No, in case anybody missed it at the start, the reason we're not doing one, and we might not do one for a little bit, is just because the guys have had massive amounts of orders and they're on skeleton staff because of everything that's going on. So we don't want to give them even more workload, which makes even more delays for people who've ordered stuff. So we're just giving them a bit of a breather while they're dealing with all the orders they've got. So
I know
it'll come back fairly soon, but we'll
Yeah.
wait and see how things go.
And it was a bit of lightheartedness as well. Thought we'd give you something different to have a look at on a Monday night. I hope you enjoyed it. We might do it again. Yeah.
Is next week Panto week?
Next week is Gilbert and Sullivan week. Next week it's Gilbert and Sullivan. We're going to start with Madame Butterfly, I think.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. But thank you very much for joining us tonight and sticking with us. And you've got us on a bit of overtime tonight as well. So, yeah. So thank you for joining us. And we'll see you all, God willing, next week. And look after yourself. Stay safe and wash those hands, as Fox says.
Don't forget, folks, the eModels are still open for orders. So if you're ordering stuff, do place your orders. Just be patient. It'll take longer to get to you. So don't mail them and ask them where your order is after a week. It might just take a little while to get to you. But they are taking orders. Get your orders in. Get all your modelling supplies. Get it now. Do it now. Do it now.
And just think, about 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll wake up. I know the answer now. That's it. You'll just come to you at 2 o'clock in the morning. You'll sit up in bed. Yeah, what? 2 phones?
You'll be like, oh, silent running. No, short circuit. Oh.
Right. Anyway, we'll leave you to it. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you all again next week.
Wash your damn
Take care,
hands.
mate.
Good night,
Yes,
everybody.
Beavers.